Hey guys, Alan speaking here, and listen, I just wanted to share something with you, just a quick video. Well, actually, I'm feeling very inspired, so I'm not sure how long this video will go on, so you may want to bookmark this and come back to it later when you can finish it. But I wanted to share something with you that, some insights and some distinctions I've made over the last sort of 48 hours. Inspired mainly by what happened yesterday when I was coaching some clients. I had 3 sessions back to back, very, very good sessions. I was on fire. We really moved forward with those clients, and I really felt inspired by what we had touched on. But it was interesting to me that the same topic of issue just came up with each and every single one of those clients, and keeps coming up, with people that I work with, and it's come up with people that I've been working with over the last 14 years now. And even it doesn't matter if somebody's a professional trader, a business person, a CEO, unemployed, a single mother, a professional rugby player. The people that I've worked with, eventually the conversation comes down to the same thing every single time. And I recognize this in myself too. And, this is the conversation or the topic of, people beating themselves up for the smallest things and not getting off their own back. The key to life is mastering your own ability to get off your own back as quickly as possible. And I see this with myself too. I was in the gym this morning and I felt very inspired while I was in the gym, and I thought, I've got to share this insight that I've had with you through this video. And if you just bear with me for a few minutes while I just share with what's been going through my mind. Back in 2000, I designed my life. I designed my future. I was in Palm Springs, a date with destiny with Tony Robbins. There was an exercise that we had to design your life, and I designed my future, and I was feeling, as certain as I've ever felt in my life about my future. I felt so inspired by the fact that I was going to create what I wanted to create. And I drew a map of Africa. I drew the continent of Africa, and right down at the bottom, near the bottom part is South Africa. And I drew all these different colored people on this map. And, I put all these words on the map saying unity, peace, love, transformation. And, in my mind, I was very clear that I wanted to get back to South Africa after having been away for 12 years, during which time I accumulated a whole bunch of skills and, fell in love with my own ability to make a difference in life. And I decided I was going to go back to South Africa, and I was going to be instrumental in the transition that was taking place in the country at that time. And that's exactly what I did. I went back with a beautiful woman who's the mother of my kids right now. We set up a great business. Maxine and I had a great coaching business. We started from scratch. We got back there. We built a business in the space of 2 short years and became, just a phenomenal success. I was speaking all over the country, and I designed, I activated the design that we manifested together, but we manifested the design or the goal that we had, which was to make a big difference in that country, and we did. But shortly after that, I kind of, the wheels fell off. I made a couple of bad decisions, and as many of you know, I fucked up my marriage. Excuse the French, but it's just the way it is. And again, it comes back to that thing that I was speaking about earlier with the clients. Getting on my own back, not being able to forgive myself for small little things. It always comes back down to that self-esteem, and the ability to master your life is the ability to master how you interpret things to yourself, how you treat yourself, and getting off your back as quickly as possible. This morning in the gym, I was feeling very inspired, and I was just thinking, oh, I'm feeling so good about this year, better than I felt in a long time. I've been through a tough 5 years, between 2008, after arriving back in the UK, and up until the end of last year. And this has been the best year that I've had in, the last 5 years. And it's because it comes down to the fact that I've forgiven myself for a lot of stuff that I've, a lot of the mistakes I've made. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to make mistakes in life if you are on the path to something bigger or better, because that's part of the journey. But what people forget is that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall down. And you've got to forgive yourself. If you've ever had a child in your life, if you've ever been a parent, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When your child falls down at a young age and skins her knees or his knees and is trying something new for the first time and breaks down in tears, the very first thing you want to do is you want to console that child. You want to love them. You want to put your arm around them, and you want to be compassionate, and you want to help them to understand that falling down is part of life. Why not do that for yourself? You see, if you can get off your own back as quickly as possible and forgive yourself and recognize that everything happens for a reason, there are no accidents in life. The challenges you're going through right now, you've pulled those challenges into your life. You've created them. You designed this path for yourself. Long before you got to this point in life, you designed the fact that you want to create this challenge so you could become stronger. There's always two choices in life when you meet a challenge. You decide to become stronger or you shrink back. If you shrink back, it's because you're telling yourself a bullshit story about the fact that you're not good enough or you're not worthy. But if you decide to get stronger and you delve deeper into yourself and you discover something in yourself that nobody can give you, that you've always had, can never ever be taken away, is your ability to become resourceful and to handle whatever shows up in your life. That is the key to life. Getting off your own back, being kind to yourself. When I was a young man, I learned from somebody very, very inspiring to me at the time who said there's only 3 rules to life. Number 1, be kind. Number 2, be kind. Number 3, be kind. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. 3 rules, but they're the same thing. But that's so effective in life and so apt for life. If you can be kind to yourself every single day and recognize that it's okay to fall down, it's okay to feel uncertain at times, it's okay to feel fearful, especially when you're going for something bigger than you've ever been before in your life. When you're going into a new area of your life, it's okay to feel uncertain. You don't have any references. But at the same time, you also know that whatever shows up, you can handle it because you got strength, you got resolve. You got to tell yourself a new story. Stop telling yourself the bullshit story that you are not good enough. Because this is what I see with my clients every single day when I work with them. The same thing. And some of these people are very, very successful. But they're still very quick to go back to that place where, shit, you know what? I'm not good enough. Or, you know, why have I done that? And they beat themselves up about it for a long time. You want to get off that as quickly as possible if you want to create some real momentum. The faster you can get off your own back, the faster your momentum you can create going forward. By telling yourself the right things. Like you can handle it. It's okay to make mistakes. This is a learning lesson. How can this make me stronger? It's the way you interpret things to yourself, the way you communicate to yourself on a daily basis, moment to moment, moment to moment. That's the key for life. That is the real key. So I guess the reason I wanted to share this with you is because, you know, I've made some real clangers in my life. I've made some real doobies when it comes to mistakes. You know, I got to South Africa in 2000. And, you know, Maxine and I, we set up a great business. You know, we became great coaches, great speakers. We had a great training company, worked with some of the biggest companies in the country. I ended up working with some of the Springboks. I worked with the Sharks rugby team for a whole season. One of my highest highs in life, besides my 2 kids. And it was just, you know, it was awesome. You know, we made so much money. And then I went backwards, made mistakes, lost all that money. You know, ended up on the bones of my ass again. You know, I've made some real mistakes. I've hurt some people. You know who you are. I've let some people down. You know who you are. You know, I haven't forgotten those things. And, you know, my intention, my declaration is to make amends and to, you know, get back to the place where, you know, I was then, the person I was then, with the same kind of certainty, the same kind of declarations, the same standard of living that I had for myself then. And this is the year I'm going to turn everything around. So I guess, you know, again, I'm just making this up as I go, but, you know, I'm going to make a public declaration now. And, you know, obviously, the first thing that comes up for me is like, oh, you know, I'm a little bit nervous, but this is the year I'm going to get back on top of my own life. I'm going to forgive myself, you know, even more than I have done in the past, and give myself the green light to move forward, to acknowledge the fact that I've made mistakes. We all do, but more importantly, it's about righting those wrongs, building those bridges, you know, re-establishing those relationships, really making up to those people that I've let down. And, you know, I've got so many great people around me who inspire me on a daily basis, who have had faith in me and loved me, even when I didn't love myself and I'd lost faith in myself and lost my confidence over the last, you know, 3 or 4 years. And, you know, I'm so grateful the fact that you're in my life. You know who you are. But thank you for loving me when I didn't love myself. And, you know, again, let me just say that this is a declaration. This is the year I'm going to turn things around. I'm going to make things happen. I'm going to, you know, re-establish things and fix any deficits. And there are some severe deficits in my life. You know, I mean, you know, from going from, you know, making plenty of money and being financially free, you know, I went all the way down to becoming broke and in massive amount of debt. So I'm working my way out of that still. And, you know, it's about making that right. So listen, I just want to say, I hope this has been some value for you. Get off your own back as quickly as you can. Forgive yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. You know that you have whatever it takes to make things happen. You have whatever it takes to handle whatever shows up in your life. You know, the quality of your life, as Tony Robbins says, is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty that you can comfortably live with on a daily basis. Remember that. Get off your own back, be kind to yourself, and make things happen. This is the year. So I'm challenging you to join me as I challenge myself to make this year the year that I get my book out. And that's the one thing I've been afraid of saying, right? But I'm going to get my book out this year. And that's my major priority this year. And I'm going to turn my life around like never before. I'm going to make things happen because I know I'm capable, and I know you're capable too. I know you are capable of creating great things. The things that you dream of and you haven't created yet. I know you got it in you because I got it in me. And I'm ready to make it happen. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's make 2014 the best year of our lives. And let's inspire everybody else around us. And let's make, let's just really transform our environments. Because that's what life's all about. Thanks for listening. I trust you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to share it. And I look forward to seeing you at one of my talks. And I look forward to having some fun with you. All of my friends who are watching this, perhaps, if UPW is around the corner. I'm so excited. It's going to be great fun. We get the chance to transform 5,000 or 6,000 lives there by crewing that event with Tony. If you're going to be there, I look forward to hanging out with you. Have a great weekend coming up. All the love you lots. Thanks for watching. Cheers now.